This reminds me, before we move on to the next question, of Plato's allegory, and it seems like it
Tell
seems
me.
it seems like people accept everything as soon as it fringes upon their beliefs that they hold true, all of a sudden, they're in that cave and they refuse to be taken out of that cave.
They're in the cave.
They're in the cave.
Nice analogy, Hamid. Yes.
They want to see those shadows and accept it as reality, because coming out of that cave, as you know, in Plato's allegory, it can be
No, tell me.
painful. So
Tell me Plato's allegory. Assume I know nothing.
Okay, so Plato's allegory. So there are these three men or women, and they are essentially fixed in their position. They are bound so that they can't communicate with one another, and they are shown on the walls. They're showing these shadows.
The walls of a cave.
Yeah, the wall of the cave, I should say. There are these shadows and these shapes
Coming from the light outside, the sunlight or a fire or something.
Yeah, so there's actually a light source behind them.
Yep.
That they are not aware of, and there are these men that carry these shapes, so they're walking across in front of the light source, and so these three gentlemen that are looking at the shadows are convinced that this is reality, and this is true reality. But what happens is one of those men actually are freed, and they climb out of the cave, and it's a struggle that's painful. And when they come out, they see the sun, and it's beautiful. It's burning their eyes. It's painful, but they see reality for what it is. They see the green, luscious trees and grasses, and so now they're in this new reality, and they get used to this reality. A few months goes past, and then they remember that he remembers his friends. Oh, let me get them out of the cave and let them experience true reality. But when he goes back and he tells them this is all a lie, this is just shadows, this isn't true reality. Initially they tell him, hey, these are lies, don't stop talking. And then they go, stop talking or we're going to kill you. So they start making threats. And you can see how applicable it is in many situations, particularly when it comes to climate change, because I have friends who accept science in every other aspect.
Every other aspect, all the way from A in anthropology up to Z in zoology, but in climate change and only climate change.
And evolution.
Oh, okay. And
evolution.
Climate change and evolution.
And evolution.
Right.
They have this blinders. They refuse to come out of the cave and see the sun for what it is.
But hang on, have they heard of bacteria evolving resistance to antibiotics? Have they heard of insects evolving resistance to the pesticides?
It seems like they have ears but they can't listen, and they have eyes but they don't see.
Okay, now just backing up a bit. So this allegory, which I'm going to have to look up of Plato, is so famous, it's called
It's called Plato's Cave, I believe.
Plato's allegory of the cave.
Yeah. So it's just Plato's allegory. Oh man, that's a great example.
It's in the book Lawrence Krauss, actually, The Greatest Story Ever Told.
He mentions it.
He mentions
it.
Okay,
I've got to read the original version by Plato.
Yeah.
Okay, but not in the original Greek, of course, because I can't.
That'd be challenging.
No, that'd be too hard.
Yeah.